Fox 66 News with Sean Lafferty, meteorologist Tom Atkins, and Jay Pushkar with sports. You're watching Fox 66 News first at 10.
The Erie School Board tonight leaving the future of a charter school in doubt. The vote could be the first step toward closing the doors. Good evening. It's likely just the beginning of a fight over Erie Rise Leadership Academy. The Erie School Board voting against renewing that school's charter. The story's new at 10 o'clock tonight. Tiara Braddock joining us now live in the control room with much more on why the district is making this move. Tiara.
Sean, since the school board voted no, they will now have to have a hearing on whether or not to keep Erie Rise open for the next 5 years. The Erie School Board is citing poor test scores and low attendance rates as some of the reasons to close Erie Rise. Superintendent Brian Polito saying they put together an improvement plan for Erie Rise over in the last renewal process 5 years ago, but that didn't help students' academic performance. In the next 2 months, the district will have a public hearing and present the evidence regarding the school's performance issue. The Erie Rise administration will also have the opportunity to plead their case on why the school should remain open. One parent coming forward tonight at the Erie School District meeting saying Erie Rise has had life-changing effects on his son and closing it would be devastating.
He went to Fort LaBeouf, and he struggled throughout that entire time. Emerson Gridley struggled getting in fights, things like that. We have had zero trouble with any fighting, anything. You know, out of Erie Rise Leadership Academy. It's just he's found a home there.
Also tonight, the school board settling on a decision regarding the logo on the Veterans Memorial Field. As you can see, the logo will remain in the center of the field with Erie and Royals on the end zones. Sean.
Okay, so a nod to both groups, a nod to the veterans and a nod to the students at the school.
Hopefully end of a battle.
All right, thank you, Tiara. Let's turn to weather now. Nice little warm-up underway out there tonight. Very nice looking day tomorrow. Meteorologist Tom Atkins here now with your Fox First forecast. I was a little bit surprised when I went out tonight.
Did you feel a little bit warmer? You know, Sean, the temperature has gone up 10 degrees in the last hour. So you're a good thermometer. Let's take you down to Conneaut Lake there. You may see a little dampness there on Route 322, and that's because of this. There's a thin line of some showers and sprinkles going across western Erie and Crawford County. No big shakes there, but that's part of a warm front. We are 62 now with a southeast wind at the airport. So temperatures around 60 at midnight, breezy and mild, then windy and warmer as you go on into tomorrow. By lunchtime, around 70 and maybe even higher. Certainly the highs will be well into the 70s for tomorrow. We'll check that and the rain chances later in the show. Sean?
All right, thank you, Tom. In the aftermath of a tornado touchdown, community members in Warren County joined forces to help each other out today. Samir Nefsi was in Warren County.
Zachary Eichert is just one of many volunteers doing whatever they can to help out fellow neighbors. This is something the volunteer firefighter says is in his nature.
It's great to know that people in our area are, you know, very interested in coming out and helping when they can, and I just want to get back to that.
Eichert joining more than a dozen volunteers to help clean the debris up. Chairman of the Warren County Commissioners, Ben Kafferlin, says the efforts are to help community members get back to some fashion of normal.
Many properties have like elderly folks who just are not going to be able to get out and clean up some of the brush and trees that are in their yard. And so those folks, we really wanted to help quickly to get back up on their feet.
Kafferlin saying the outpouring of support from the community has been astonishing.
We posted this event on the county Facebook page, and within about an hour it had a couple hundred shares.
We had so many people sign up that it actually crashed the county website. We had to start using Google Forms instead.
Taking a look around, you can see that there is still a lot of debris left here from that tornado that touched down. This is something the commissioners say is going to be a multi-month process before it is all cleared up.
The debris is scattered over a 15-mile stretch in Warren County. There's a great degree of it in the forests, in the streams, and other places. We want to clean those up as much as possible.
Samir Nefsi, Fox 66 News.
Also in Warren County, a middle school teacher is arrested for allegedly bringing drugs into his school. 43-year-old Matthew Kaiser is facing drug charges as well as endangering the welfare of children after a backpack was found that police say contained meth, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia. Police say it started with a tip that a teacher at Beatty Warren Middle School in the city might be bringing drugs inside the school building. Police records indicate a canine officer had a positive response for drugs in both the backpack and in Kaiser's vehicle. He was taken from the school Tuesday and placed in the Warren County Jail on $35,000 bail. A former Erie resident pleads guilty in federal court to a charge of bank robbery. 37-year-old Peter Plaza Jr. pleaded guilty to one count before United States District Judge Susan Paradise Baxter. On December 13th last year, Plaza robbed the Northwest Savings Bank at 3407 Liberty Street in Erie. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, Plaza could face up to 20 years in prison, a fine of $250,000 or both. Judge Baxter scheduled sentencing for August 7th. Serious injuries are suffered in an assault incident at a Summit Township hotel. State troopers were called out to the Solstice Hotel on Oliver Road for a report of an assault early Sunday around 2 in the morning. 20-year-old Jalen Montgomery allegedly hitting a 21-year-old woman several times in the face. Montgomery was taken into custody. He's currently being held in the Erie County Prison on $30,000 bail. A convicted killer accused of killing a fellow inmate learns the price he'll pay for his deadly decision. 30-year-old Kareem Savage sentenced to a mandatory life sentence for assaulting 58-year-old Anthony Wilson during a fight at SCI Albion. He received an additional 20 to 40 years on his third-degree murder conviction, which will be served consecutively. Savage was caught on prison surveillance video punching and repeatedly stomping on Wilson, who died months later. Also in court today, a man charged with leading police on two high-speed pursuits. Two-state high-speed pursuit is sentenced. Robert Thiem is charged with possessing an instrument of crime, simple assault, and criminal mischief. Thiem allegedly fled from state troopers in Northeast back in October, leading them on a chase before crashing his vehicle into a home in Mina, New York. Thiem is sentenced up to 4 years in prison. 2 people are taken to the hospital after a crash along Irish Road. Emergency crews called out just after 7 o'clock this morning for this 2-vehicle crash. One of the drivers reported to be trapped in a wrecked vehicle for nearly a half an hour. The state police are continuing their investigation. The Erie Zoological Society makes a generous donation to future expansion efforts at the Erie Zoo. The Zoological Society has already raised $7 million for the project, but zoo officials say they need the public's help, and they're reaching out to meet a goal of $10 million. The money raised will go toward improvement projects, including opening up JMC Arena and a brand new giraffe exhibit. They have plans to add another restaurant and expand the gift shop. They also want to revamp some of the exhibits and add new species.
This is a big undertaking for us, for our entire staff. Our entire team is so looking forward to it. There'll be lots of great new improvements for our animals. We'll provide better care for them, and lots of great improvements for our guests as well.
Mitchell tells us they hope to start on some of these projects as early as August. Erie City Council is backing a new version of the Relco system that used to turn traffic lights green for emergency vehicles. Tonight, Council approved a resolution supporting efforts to secure funding for the upgrade of what's now called the Emergency System Preemption System. Council President Jim Winarski says the first step would be to get the system working on the main routes to the hospitals. Council also approved $150,000 for the Bayview Park Improvement Project. That money came from a Pennsylvania Greenways, Trails, and Recreation grant. President Trump met with state lawmakers at the White House discussing ways to help communities find investors to create jobs in their own backyards. The president touting the federal version of opportunity zones, which use tax breaks to encourage investment in distressed areas. The White House says these opportunity zones can be found in all 50 states. Pennsylvania State Senator Dan Laughlin speaking about Erie's need for the federal program.
We have the poorest zip code in the entire country. It's 16501, and if that doesn't deserve some help, I don't know what does. So we're hoping to network down here. We're hoping to find investors that are ready to come in. We have shovel-ready projects, and that's one of the main focuses for me today.
And as if on cue, Erie now has a new tool for promoting Opportunity Zone projects to new investors. It's a website going online today. It'll showcase projects that have been approved for market by the flagship Opportunity Zone Corporation. And you can find a link to the new investment website by going to our website at yourerie.com.
An armed woman who prompted the shutdown of nearly 20 Colorado school districts was found dead. I'm Alicia Acuna. I'll have the details coming up.
Plus, Time Magazine's most influential people. The magazine releasing its top 100 list for 2019. And a show of strength. Four-legged robots pulling their weight and then some.
See news happening? Shoot it, then send it to us via Facebook or the Your Erie To Go app on your smartphone. See it, shoot it, send it.
Together, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and Allegheny Health Network welcome the next generation of moms and babies with St. Vincent's new labor and delivery suites. Highmark and AHN. Together for health, together for you. Visit togetherforerie.com.
Dare to compare the 2019 Outlander Sport, now only $18,988. Own it for just $259 a month. The Sport comes with a rear view camera, alloy wheels, and a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Only at Interstate Mitsubishi.
I'm just not sure this is going to work.
No, that's how they did it on the show.
Our house may be a fixer-upper, but you're no Chet.
Well, you're no Joanna.
Hey there, I actually used the stain pan at my house and it came out great. Let's get you started.
The Sterilite 64-quart latch box, now $5.97. The 18-gallon tote is only $4.97. Greenleaf, Weed and Feed, or Super Turf Lawn Food, your choice, $4.97. Save up to 25%. Value Home Centers, for the do-it-yourselfer in you.
Team of the Week is brought to you by Superstore Joe at Off-Road Express.
For the second time in school history, the Titusville softball team is a district champion.
Nominate your team on the contest page at yourerie.com. Get out and play.
Together, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and St. Vincent Hospital are investing to create a state-of-the-art emergency department so you can get advanced care when you need it most. Highmark and AHN. Together for health, together for you. Visit togetherforerie.com.
News is brought to you by Superstore Joe at Auto Express, Alfa Romeo, and Fiat.
Not everyone is built the same or has the same style.
Just like the Fiat family.
With the compact flair of the Fiat 500 and the size and strength of the 500X, the legroom of the 500L, and the allure of the 124 Spider, which you can own for as low as $21,900. That's up to $8,000 off.
It's not just a car, it's a Fiat.
This is Fox 66 News. First at 10.
Coming up, the restoration process has begun just days after fire consumed much of Notre Dame Cathedral. That's just ahead on Fox 66 News. The Colorado school scare is over. Police confirming the death of a woman at the center of a massive manhunt over her feared threats against schools. Fox News correspondent Alicia Acuna reports.
The threat to our schools and community is no longer present.
The manhunt is over for an armed woman who may have wanted to attack Colorado schools. 18-year-old Sol Pais died Wednesday morning of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The same day, officials closed nearly 20 school districts around the Denver metro area because of a credible threat. Her body was found at the base of Mount Evans, 60 miles from Columbine High School. Police say she was infatuated with the 1999 mass shooting, which happened 20 years ago this Saturday.
We are used to threats, frankly, at Columbine. This one felt different. It was different, and it certainly had our attention.
According to authorities, Pais traveled from Miami to Denver on Monday. She bought a pump-action shotgun and ammunition not long after arriving. It's believed she then sought refuge near the foothills in Jefferson County. Officials have said the threat did not name a specific school, but they do not regret taking extreme measures.
To close an entire metro area is not an easy decision, but at the end of the day, it's the right decision, the best decision to protect all of our kids.
Police have a message for anyone else who may be infatuated with the shooting that killed 13 people and forever changed their community.
We're not a place to come visit if you're not a student. We're not a tourist attraction, and we're not a place for you to come and gain inspiration.
All of the schools that were closed will be back open again tomorrow, but with heightened security measures. In Denver, Alicia Acuna, Fox News.
The church bells of France tolled today, marking the same time the Notre Dame Cathedral fire began. Fire officials say the cathedral was within 15 minutes of a complete collapse in a domino effect. just 2 days later, Notre Dame's rebirth is already underway. Workers have trucked in wooden planks, hoisting them to the damaged roof using newly built cranes. Investigators now questioning workers who were performing restoration work on the roof at the time of the fire, hoping to determine a cause. Time magazine is out with its annual list of the most influential people in the world. The Time 100 includes people you might expect. Among the most influential, Tiger Woods, who just made his professional comeback complete with a win at the Masters. Pope Francis just met with another honoree. Superstars Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift are also included. The once outrageous Lady Gaga is in the mix as well, a nod to her Oscar-winning work in A Star is Born. They're among the 48 women on this year's list. That is a record high.
Just having a, how shall we say, a very interesting news cycle. Politics dominates.
At last, we have a seat at the table. This is a tough venue. You have to be able to take a punch and occasionally to throw a punch.
All those on the list are invited to attend a gala in New York to be honored.
And welcome back to the weather portion of the show, where it is getting warmer tonight. We'll get even warmer for tomorrow, and then to have a cooler weekend. We'll, of course, let you know when it's going to be raining as well, right after the break.
What I like about the doctors is the fact that they treat you like an adult, not like an old lady, which I am.
I love being 80, and I'm proud of it. So maybe someday I'll need help, but right now, I'm full steam ahead. Who knows, we might live to 100 with the care we're getting.
That's right.
Caring for all of her life. Allegheny Health Network.
Spring fever savings have sprung at New Motors Subaru in Erie. Spring into a new Impreza from just $199 a month and get savings fever in your new Outback or Legacy with 0% financing for 72 months at New Motors. And if your credit hasn't sprung back, New Motors wants to spring credit offers on almost everyone. And every new Legacy and Outback is available with 0% for 72 months at New Motors. Catch spring fever at New Motors Subaru and newmotorsubaru.com.
You know Shriners Hospitals for Children as the place that takes care of the most complex orthopedic conditions. But we also take care of common fractures, sprains, and sports injuries. Why would you need Shriners' world-class pediatric orthopedic specialist to treat your child's simple injury?
Because we know how that injury affects your child, physically, emotionally, and socially.
For any orthopedic issue, make sure your child gets the love and care only Shriners Hospitals for Children can give.
Weather is brought to you by Superstore Joe at Off-Road Express.
Make a statement with the new Indian Scout Bobber.
Stripped down and blacked out. Its easy, agile handling gives you everything you need and nothing you don't.
Indian Motorcycle of Erie at Off-Road Express. This year, make a statement with the new Indian motorcycle.
The Chief Vintage, the Springfield family, the Indian Chieftain, all with the unmatched performance of the Thunderstroke 111 engine.
Great things come to those who don't settle for good.
From your weather authority, here's meteorologist Tom Atkins.
We'll start you out on Main Street in Girard, courtesy of our Bob Ferrando Ford World Cam. Little breeze going on. That will be picking up. But you notice the flag kind of pushed more towards this side of the street, which is the north side of the street, which means the winds are coming up from the south this time. And as we check out not only the temperature rise, let's talk about a moon rise tonight. Now, the full moon is on Friday the 19th, the April full moon, but this is a pretty darn nice shot. Thanks to James down in Crawford County for that one. So first of all, you can see a few little sprinkles moving across the West County, now just down the I-79 corridor. And if we widen things out here, you could also see another line, a couple of red cores in this one, but right now, no lightning being detected. So you could get a shower or two, maybe even a rumble of thunder, but doesn't look like much tonight. That's all part of this warm front that's coming up into that area that will make tomorrow the warmest day of the week. Now, as you look at temperatures, 58 for a high, and that was just until last hour. Very close to the average high of 57, the low right at average at 39, and no precipitation. But if you look at a current temperature map, Erie has gone up to 62, so is Ashtabula. Youngstown's at 67, Meadville at 58 there, and 57 at Warren. So warmer temperatures are on the way. No rainfall yet, and not a whole lot expected. For the month, we're getting close to average, and for the year, we've been remaining above average, so good news there. Now, as far as the weather is concerned, tomorrow, almost 13.5 hours of daylight. First, we get warmer, then we get wetter. And then we get cooler over the weekend. Saturday will be the wetter day of the two. So still looks like we see some improvement on Easter Sunday. But right now, Doc Tom Miller, Niagara Pier, last check was 50. That's the last of the cool air to scour out. As you see, Joe Northeast, similar number. Now 62 at Barron, 59 Edinburgh from Laurie and from Patty in Meadville, 61 Conneaut Lake, as well as Jamestown. Warren Fire Department at 56 and Titusville at 57. So here we go. Here's the front pushing a few showers in, but note the contrast here in temperatures, 54, 62, 69. So as we give you maps in motion, the front comes through tonight. Warm southerly winds take over and blow hard tomorrow. Now, there could be an afternoon shower or storm, but I think much of the time is dry, and we're probably going to have to wait until late tomorrow night and Friday morning to get the bulk of the rain from this system. So Friday looks wet with that low pressure area, and then there's another one coming up the pike for Saturday. So for tonight, again, breezy, warmer, chance of a shower or two. Will go 48 to 55 degrees. For tomorrow, clouds and sun, windy, very warm, 73 to 77, that is. Breezy and mild, rain or a chance of a thunderstorm, especially late tomorrow night, and good chance of rain on Friday. Temperatures falling from a morning high of 66. More rain on Saturday, 56. Sunday, mostly cloudy to partly sunny, chance of a few showers, a little bit better, 58 Easter, and then some more showers possible at times early to mid next week, but much more seasonable and normal spring temperatures in the upper 50s to mid 60s. You can check out that 7-day forecast, the radar, and much more on the weather page at yourerie.com. That's the weather for now. Back to the desk, Sean and Jay.
Enjoy it tomorrow. Thank you, Tom. Jay Pushkar here now with the first look at sports. The Penguins fans and the Pens, I assume, still in disbelief.
Yeah, it's been almost 24 hours, and it's just a shock the fact that they're not only out of the playoffs, but how they exited. We'll take a look back of Game 4 coming up.
Tough, durable trucks at the Auto Express Resale Center, your monster truck outlet. Like a 2016 lifted Chevy Silverado LTZ. When dependability matters, the Resale Center at Peach and Liberty or AutoExpressMazda.com.
Nissan's brand is innovation that excites. It perfectly describes the intuitive all-wheel drive Rogue. Now only $269 a month with 0 down. Share the excitement. 1.5 miles south of I-90 on Peach Street.
Budget-friendly value cars at the Auto Express Resale Center. Like a 2014 Dodge Avenger, now just $89. When dependability matters. The Resale Center at Peach and Liberty or AutoExpressMazda.com.
On the next Big Bang Theory.
We got Wi-Fi. Check. GPS. Check. Battery charge. Check.
4 hours of our lives gone. Check.
One drone with a mind of its own. Check.
It's working. I did it. Initiate landing sequence. Initiate landing sequence. Hey, the camera's working. Oh, look, it's me.
4 terrified scientists. Quadruple check.
It's a robot uprising. Call the police.
Next Big Bang.
Tomorrow night at 7 on Fox 66. Closed captioning is brought to you by Stan's Garden Center.
Is Josh here?
Can I talk to Josh?
You're the horticulturist, right?
I am a horticulturist, but not the only one. With over 4 acres of greenhouses, we have a full staff of horticulturists. Some growing plants, some watering plants, some tending to trees and shrubs, some specializing in fertilizers. All of them here with expert guidance for your planting, gardening, and landscaping needs.
But there's always something growing up.
And now, Fox 66 Sports with Jay Pushkar.
Good evening. A week ago, the Pittsburgh Penguins began their quest for another Stanley Cup championship, and that dream was dashed last night at the hands of the New York Islanders. Mike Fenner has a look back.
Some of those chances are usually automatic for us, open nets, hit posts, and that's the kind of game that allows them to hang around, and they get a couple odd man rushes and they bury them.
Just 2 years after coming off the thrill of winning back-to-back Stanley Cup trophies, it's back-to-back years of heading home early from the postseason for the Penguins. This time being swept by the Islanders in round 1 on the home ice, just the 4th time in franchise history Pittsburgh has been eliminated in a sweep.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I don't really know what else to say other than that.
While the disappointment will certainly linger for the Penguins exiting in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs in a sweep, they say it's hard not to be impressed by what the Islanders brought to the table all series long, especially on the defensive end.
They played well and they played hard. They defend hard, so maybe sometimes with the puck we were careless, but I thought we played well the last couple of games and just didn't go our way.
I think our identity is very different than theirs. We've had success playing to this identity. We certainly didn't play to it as consistently enough this season as we needed to become the team that we had hoped we'd become.
The Pens will have a long summer to think about another missed opportunity in the playoffs.
That's how fine the line is in the playoffs, and unfortunately we're on the wrong side of those.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Mike Fenner, Fox 66 Sports.
On the Eastern League scoreboard, the Seawolves make it a clean sweep of the Bay Sox, 8-3. Jose Azacor went 3 for 5, while Chase Numato went 1 for 2 with 3 runs batted in. Matt Manning went 4 2/3, scattering 4 hits and striking out 8. Erie returns home Thursday night to begin a 6-game homestand, starting with the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. And based on Tom's forecast, it might be the best time of weather that we're going to have, at least at UPMC Park, come Thursday night.
Well, and Erie and Binghamton would like to actually get a game in. They got the whole series rained out in the carousel.
Yeah, they squeezed 1 game in. The other 3 washed out.
Gone. All right. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
We'll have a look at today's top stories with your Erie in 66 seconds. Also coming up, talking identity.
It's a conference that talks about topics like sexuality and identity online. We'll talk to you about the 12th annual Gender Conference.
So in this commercial, we see 2 travelers at a comfort inn with a glow around them. So people watching will be like, wow, maybe I'll glow too if I book direct at choicehotels.com.
Who glows? Just say bada book, bada boom.
Book now at choicehotels.com.
It's dinner time in America, and families are gathering around the table. Thanks to Reynolds Wrap, dinner preparation is perfect, and everyone knows to be mindful of their manners.
Dinner time has changed. Our quality hasn't. Reynolds Wrap, foil made in the USA since 1947.
Every internet and TV provider promises you their best, but the other guys have that. And this little mark hides some big restrictions, like the fact you have to sign a contract. And they have early termination fees. And that you'll have to pay extra for an internet modem and security software. With Spectrum, you get our best every day, with no contracts, no early termination fees, and dozens of extras free, like a free modem and security suite with Spectrum Internet, delivering more speed more consistently for the best surfing, streaming, and gaming. Get it now from $89.98 a month with Spectrum TV. Call 833-311-8998. Then enjoy the best in entertainment with Spectrum TV, with more HD and more free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $89.98 a month with Spectrum Internet. Upgrade to the best. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $89.98 a month. Call 833-311-8998.
You're watching Fox 66, home of Fox 66 News, first at 10, and Good Day Erie.
Spring fever savings have sprung at New Motors Subaru in Erie. Spring into a new Impreza from just $199 a month and get savings fever in your new Outback or Legacy with 0% financing for 72 months at New Motors. And if your credit hasn't sprung back, New Motors wants to spring credit offers on almost everyone. And every new Legacy and Outback is available with 0% for 72 months at New Motors. Catch spring fever at New Motors Subaru and newmotorsubaru.com.
This is Fox 66 News, first at 10.
The Erie School Board tonight leaving the future of a charter school very much in doubt. A vote could be the first step toward closing the doors there. And that headlines tonight's top stories. Jill McCormick live in the newsroom with your Erie in 66 seconds. Jill?
Yeah, Sean, tonight the Erie School Board voting against renewing Erie Rise Leadership Academy's charter. The school board will now schedule a public hearing on whether or not to keep the school open for another 5 years. The board citing poor test scores and low attendance rates. In the next 2 months, the district will have a public hearing and present the evidence regarding the school's performance issues. The Erie Rise administration will also have the opportunity to plead their case on why they believe the school of 400-plus students should remain open. Former Erie resident pleads guilty in federal court to a charge of bank robbery. 37-year-old Peter Plaza Jr. pleading guilty to 1 count. On December 13th of last year, Plaza robbed the Northwest Savings Bank on Liberty Street. According to the Department of Justice, he could face up to 20 years in prison, a fine of $250,000, or both when sentenced in August. Erie City Council backing a new version of the Relco system that turned traffic lights green for emergency vehicles. Tonight, Council approved a resolution supporting efforts to secure funding for the upgrade of what's now called the Emergency Vehicle Preemption System. And the Erie Zoological Society making a donation to the future of the zoo's efforts to expand. The Erie Zoological Society says that they've raised $7 million for the project, but zoo officials say they need help from the public in reaching the goal of $10 million. The money raised will go toward many improvement projects, including opening up the JMC Ice Arena and a new giraffe exhibit. Live in the newsroom, Jill McCormick with your Erie in 66 seconds. It's always exciting to see what they come up with at that zoo and what they've done there. With
they've done so much in, say, the last 10 years.
And they get a lot of support from the public, so I'm sure this won't be a problem.
All right, thank you, Jill. For updates on those top stories and breaking news anytime, check out yourerie.com, day or night, also Facebook and Twitter. It's a conference that aims to tackle issues associated with gender, sexuality, and identity online. Saida Abbas has more on a gender conference held at Penn State Barron.
Image-based abuse is when someone shares or threatens to share intimate images without the consent of the person in the photo. The abuse can happen to anyone, even a former Emmy-winning television news anchor from Pittsburgh.
I think for a lot of people, they're not even aware of what this is, and even how prevalent this is, and the number of people are being impacted by it. Know the signs, know what to do if you become a victim, know where to turn to.
Dariet Chisholm is an image-based abuse survivor who launched the 50 Shades of Silence campaign to bring attention to cyberbullying. Speakers spoke about how the internet can sometimes facilitate but also resist sexual violence.
The gender conference getting some strong reactions from the students that attended.
They're horrified at some instances. I think the problems that go on with the internet, we have this belief that we understand them.
The conference will also include topics associated with hashtags like #MeToo and issues that the LGBTQ community deals with.
A very emotional experience to hear all these stories and know they're true and that there aren't really happy resolutions. But it's really motivating me to see what we could do in the world to make it better.
It's a way to inform the youth about these issues society is facing and see what they can do to influence them. Saida Abbas, Fox 66 News.
Also as part of that conference, Tarana Burke, founder of the Me Too movement, speaking as part of Penn State Barron Speaker Series tonight. Burke talking about sexual violence and workplace harassment and the Me Too movement's role in helping to hold people more accountable for their inappropriate and/or intimidating actions. After surviving an opioid overdose, addicts need a place to turn. The governor and his team are now talking about ways to better connect people who overdose with the resources they need to move forward. The Wolf administration hosting their regional summit to address a facilitated referral process. It's called a warm handoff. The goal here is to get an overdose survivor from the hospital emergency room into treatment. The target audience for the summit, including drug and alcohol treatment facilities, as well as recovery groups.
I think it's absolutely wonderful. At some of the summits, we've been able to hear stories told by individuals who have actually survived an overdose and have participated.
8 of these summits have been held all over the Commonwealth. A popular restaurant chain adding a CBD burger to its menu. Fox Business correspondent Connell McShane has this story and more. Fox Means Business.
Chaos on Capitol Hill is causing financial anxiety all across the country. A new survey from Bankrate finds 44% of Americans say the political environment in Washington is the biggest threat to the U.S. economy over the next 6 months. Well, it looks like there will be a lot of job opportunities for the class of 2019. That's because 83% of senior managers tell the staffing company Robert Half they're likely to hire new college graduates. Facebook reportedly working on a voice assistant like Amazon's Alexa and Apple's Siri. There's no word yet on when it will be made available to the public. And Carl's Jr. is hoping the Mile High City has an appetite for CBD. The company is becoming the first national fast food chain to test a CBD-infused burger. For now, the burger called the Rocky Mountain High will only be offered on 4/20, which is the unofficial holiday for marijuana lovers. So if all goes well, this CBD burger might be rolled out nationwide. That's business. I'm Connell McShane.
This week in Living Well, Debbie is talking about alleviating what is a problem for a lot of people this time of year.
Yeah, allergy throat it's called.
Okay, and we will talk more about that and maybe how to get rid of it, right?
How to deal with it.
All right. That's after a look at the day on Wall Street.
Thanks for watching Fox 66.
I just want to make sure that I just do everything I can to just protect him and love him and just, you know, just be the best mom I can be.
Yeah. And with your first, you want to know the doctor and you want to be comfortable with them.
Yeah. I don't want to feel like I'm at a baby factory.
Be like this. Like, hey.
The fastest growing labor and delivery program in the region is at Allegheny Health Network.
You know, somebody told me, and I think it's true, that there's really kind of 3 stages to life. Stage 1 is the struggle. You know, you've got kids, you've got a mortgage, jobs. That's the struggle. Stage 2 is some element of success, whatever that means. It can mean different things to different people. But you get past the initial struggle at least and get to the second phase. Stage 3, which is where I'm blessed to be and want to get to, is the stage where you're making an impact on other people's lives, making a positive impact on other people's lives, making the correct decisions for them and their children. And that's why I'm running for judge. In this election, I ask for your votes. Please vote for me, Ed Smith, for judge.
News is brought to you by Bianchi Honda.
Hi, it's Jason Perico for Bianchi Honda. Trust. It's what we all think about before making a big purchase. Here at Bianchi Honda, we earn your trust while giving you a great deal. Lease the sporty and reliable 2019 HR-V LX all-wheel drive for only $198 per month. Bianchi Honda, trusted for over 50 years and still growing in our community today. That's why, around here, we Honda.
Welcome back to Living Well with Debbie D'Angelo. Always good to see you. You are talking about alleviating allergy, throat, and for a lot of people, this is, you know, maybe not a critical issue, but it sure is irritating.
It certainly is. And at this time of the year, sometimes it can be hard to differentiate. Is this a cold? Like, is my throat kind of scratchy and raw? And am I coughing because of a cold? Or is it due to some kind of allergy, exposure to pollen in particular at this time of the year? So what happens is our body's immune system launches an attack against something that it finds irritating. And often with allergy throat, it's the result of postnasal drip. So even if you have a cold, oftentimes you get postnasal drip from your sinuses, so some of these things will work for that too. But specifically for allergies, the first thing you want to do is treat an underlying allergy. Determine what it is that's triggering it so you can reduce your exposure to it. It might also mean some antihistamines, which we have over the counter, or allergy shots. Just depends on what's going on with you. Secondly, nasal sprays. Those are very effective at opening up your nasal passages, kind of shrinking up some of the congestion, and drying everything up so that you don't have that postnasal drip, no matter what. Even if you have a cold, that's a good way to go.
Right.
Those are over the counter, and some of those have mild steroids in them, but that's really how they work. And last but not least, moistening the air. So that might mean running a humidifier, drinking a lot of fluids. It can mean gargling with salt water, or some people like to use the neti pot to clear out their sinuses. Yeah. So lots of ways to deal with it so that it's not quite as obtrusive.
And hopefully,
especially at night,
yeah,
when you're laying down and all you can do is cough.
Trying to get some rest.
Right.
All right, Debbie, good to see you again. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
For more information on tonight's Living Well topic, log on to our website, yourerie.com.
And back to weather we go, and because of the severe weather of a few nights ago, here's a severe weather trivia question, which is not a damaging wind potential or possibility from a severe thunderstorm. Take a look at that. We'll have the answer and your forecast coming right up.
Join us at our locally owned and family-operated original popcorn house. What makes us gourmet, you ask? We're popping our non-GMO mushroom kernel corn in 100% pure coconut oil, handcrafting in small batches using premium white and cheddar cheeses and gourmet Belgium white, dark, and milk chocolates with over 25 distinctive sweet and savory flavors to choose from. Let us help you celebrate your special occasion with our completely customized selection of popcorn gifts, tins, and party packs.
Come see what makes us gourmet.
Ja, bitte.
It's German for yes, please. And at New Motors Volkswagen in Erie, we hear that a lot. 3 rows of seats in the new Tiguan?
Ja, bitte.
Only $269 a month with 0 down during the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event?
Ja, bitte.
German engineering and safety too?
Ja, bitte.
Your new Tiguan, $269 a month with 0 down at New Motors?
Ja, bitte.
New Motors Volkswagen, where you'll hear
Ja, bitte.
all day long.
Ja, bitte.
Fox Thursday. Gotham returns for the final 2 episodes.
Fire on my command.
Gotham, the final 2 episodes start Thursday on Fox.
Shut it down. Fox Thursday. There's only 1 episode left before the Orville season finale.
What the hell is going on?
Isaac to Bridge. We have an intruder.
Who are you?
The Orville, all new Thursday on Fox.
You're watching Fox 66.
At the Lighthouse Spring Fever Sale, truckloads of new swimming pools, top brand hot tubs, swim spas, and massage chairs have just arrived and will be offered to the public at 30, 40, even 60% off. Swimming pools that were $39.99, now just $19.99. Top brand hot tubs that were $59.99, now $29.99. Family swim spas are just $250 a month. Or relax in your very own Zen massage chair, just $39 per month. At the Lighthouse Spring Fever Sale.
From your weather authority, here's meteorologist Tom Atkins.
Start you out with our New Motors camp focusing to the west, up pretty west 10th Street there, St. Peter Cathedral in the near ground here, and not a whole lot going on, so we take you from downtown Erie on the ground to Crawford County in the sky, and just another cool shot from James out there in southwest Crawford County, Hartstown, Pymot tuning area. He tells me this is one of the ham radio towers out there, so nice contrast of colors there, and the waxing moon of April. As you can see, there's been a thin line of showers and sprinkles, just trace amounts that have moved from the West County across I-79, now in eastern Erie and Crawford. And as we widen out the picture, another line back down here. But again, we point to the fact that there's no lightning with this stuff. So if it holds together, and it looks like the bottom end of this line is really the one that's holding together, you may get another round of showers, perhaps a brief downpour. But other than that, no rain recorded at the airport today. We're about 75% of average right now in the month of April, and we're above average for precipitation in Erie since January 1st. So 13 hours, 29 minutes of daylight. First we get warmer, and we're already doing that right now. Tomorrow's the warm day. Then we get wetter, cooler over the weekend, but Saturday is the wettest of the 2 days, it looks by far. So 57 on the east side from Greg. Then you got 62 at Barron, 58 Adam Ripley in Waterford, 56 Carroll over there in Union City, 59 in Espyville and Meadville, and out to the east, 56 in Youngsville, 55 in Chandler's Valley. So warm air is surging up from the south, and we were using the maps in motion just to show you this step-by-step process. So the warmest air is down here. Here comes the warm front, and then the red streamers. And this is what you're going to see much of tomorrow. Now, you could get clipped maybe in the afternoon by a renegade shower or rumble of thunder. But much of the time is going to be dry, windy, and warm. And it's probably not until late tomorrow night before this precipitation with the front, I mean, the heavier stuff, the more widespread rain gets here. So this comes to the north, and we're wet on Friday. And then the front buckles right in here. And the next problem is, like I said, first half of the weekend is the wettest. Another low comes up for Saturday. But we're thinking once this gets past our area, it's going to shunt out into northeastern Canada, and Easter looking a little better. 48 to 55 tonight with a chance of a shower or two. For tomorrow, mainly dry, clouds, sun, windy, warmer, 73 to 77. Tomorrow night, rain most likely late at night, still breezy and in the 50s. And on your extended forecast for Friday, rain likely, chance of storms, 66 in the morning, then turning cooler. Saturday, more rain, 56. Sunday, chance of showers, Easter 58. Monday, maybe a few showers, and more chances as we go through parts of Tuesday and Wednesday. Obviously, a very unsettled weather pattern. Shower chances almost each day, but warmer temperatures through the period. And, of course, you can check that out, including the sky cams on our website, yourerie.com. Which one of the following is not a damaging wind from a thunderstorm?
The storm surge.
Yes, because you know that is part
That's the water. A hurricane.
Hurricane. Good job, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Heading back to sports, it's Jay Pushkar's turn. Some pretty good pitching performances on the high school diamond today. Sports is next.
When you book an appointment with the Junk Luggers, we make getting rid of your clutter easy. We guarantee we'll be on time, and our price assurance guarantee means you'll never pay more than the original price quoted. At the Junk Luggers, we take our eco-friendly mission to protect this planet very seriously. We strive to keep as much out of local landfills as possible while sorting according to our eco-friendly protocols into donations, recycling, and disposal.
We are the Junk Luggers.
Saving the world one lug at a time.
When in doubt,
lug it out.
Employee pricing is back at Champion Ford. Today through April 30th, purchase any new Ford in stock and get total savings up to $14,000. That's a savings of $14,000 from MSRP. Or for qualified buyers, get 0% APR financing for 72 months. There's never been a better time to save the most money than now. Get total savings up to $14,000 on all new Fords in stock. Come to Champion Ford in Erie and Edinburgh.
Walk, run, fly with new shoes from Shoe Fly Erie. We've got the latest in spring and summer styles built for comfort, designed to look great and feel great. We've got all your favorite brands like Bionic, Birkenstock, Keen, and Merrell. Save $10 on New Balance. Save $15 on American-made SAS. Save $20 on Red Wing boots and many more. Come visit the Shoe Fly stores on Upper Peach, just north of I-90, and save during our Customer Appreciation Days.
Thanks for watching Fox 66.
Sick children, injured loved ones, sudden illness. When emergencies happen, the last thing we want to do is sit in a waiting room. Did you know that the emergency room at Mill Creek Community Hospital has the shortest wait times of any hospital in the region? The average wait time to see a physician is less than 10 minutes. Mill Creek Community Hospital, an affiliate of Lecom Health, is open 24 hours across from the Mill Creek Mall and just minutes away from I-79 and 90. The emergency department at Mill Creek Community Hospital, when life's emergencies can't afford to wait.
And now, Fox 66 Sports with Jay Pushkar.
Good evening. Harbor Creek graduate and former Pitt Panther pitcher Isaac Madsen has been promoted to AAA Salt Lake of the Pacific Coast League. They are affiliates of the Los Angeles Angels. As for the current Huskies, they entertained Fort LaBeouf this afternoon in a Region 7 game, top of the first. Aiden Kelly on the hill with some nasty pitching. He gets the swing and miss and the strikeout. Bison starter Derek Shields was just as good on the bump. Here he gets a strikeout with the swing and the miss for the K. Kelly staying in rhythm, though. Next inning, he gets the called third strike coming up. He picks up the victory, going 6 innings, striking out 6. Cam Williamson had a solo home run in the bottom of the 5th. Huskies go on to take this one, your final 1-0 over Fort LaBeouf. At Ainsworth Field, Mercyhurst Prep taking on Conneaut, Ohio. Top of the 3rd from Ainsworth. Lakers nursing a 1-0 lead. Connor Fitzgerald rings up a strikeout. He tossed a complete game in this one. Bottom of the 4th, Mercyhurst Prep manufacturing a run. Luke Menendo chops one to short. That produces a run as Sean Langer comes in and scores. Mercyhurst Prep goes on to win it 2-1. They remain in first place in region play. On the Eastern League scoreboard, the Seawolves make it a clean sweep of the Bay Sox 8-3. Jose Azacor went 3 for 5, while Chase Numato went 1 for 2 with 3 runs batted in. Matt Manning going 4 2/3, scattering 4 hits, striking out 8. Erie returns home Thursday night to begin a 6-game homestand versus Binghamton. Major League action, Indians going for the 3-game sweep of Seattle, and what a bounce-back game for Tribe starter Carlos Carrasco. He didn't make it out of the first inning in his last start in Kansas City. Not the case today. He pitched 7 innings, striking out 12. The only run of the game, compliments of Jake Bowers. He drills a solo home run to left center field, and that's the difference maker as Cleveland wins it by the final of 1-0. Meanwhile, for the 6th time this year, Pittsburgh plays in extra innings, and they go on to beat Detroit 3-2 in 10 innings of play. Colin Moran with the RBI single in the top of the 10th for the Buccos. After sweeping the 2-game series, Pittsburgh returns home Friday to start a 7-game homestand. Several area high school student athletes made their college decisions official. First at Union City High School, 2-time District 10 wrestling champion and state bronze medalist at 182 pounds, Gavin Henry, is headed to Davidson University, located in North Carolina.
When I visited down there, they put a lot of time and money invested in me just to get me down there. I mean, they flew me down and everything. The campus felt like home. I have some family down there too, so it definitely makes it easier. And I kind of clicked with the guys that I hung out with while I was down there. So, I mean, it just feels like home.
Meanwhile, over at Northeast High School, it was a day of celebration as 9 student athletes officially signed their letters of intent at their respective colleges and universities of choice. And for most of the group, staying home was the perfect fit.
Just their price, honestly. They're a really cheap college. I've been in contact with their coach for a while. Like, we're good friends, honestly. I've known him for about 5 years, so just familiar with the setting.
When I went there to visit, it was just absolutely like amazing. Like, everybody was so nice to me, and it was just like a no-brainer that that was meant for me.
I heard that their program for nursing is really good, and I really wanted to get in there. So soccer is one of my favorite sports, so it's happy both worlds.
It was just close to home, and that's really it. A lot of my friends are going there, and I just like the environment around the campus.
Well, what told me is they have my major, and it's close to home, and they are up on the rise. Like, they have a good program, and the coaches were nice and friendly too, and they have a nice facility as well.
Finally, the NFL released its regular season schedule for 2019. The Steelers will kick off their season in New England in prime time. Speaking of prime time, the Browns will be under the lights 4 times, including a Thursday night game versus Pittsburgh on November 14th. The Bills begin their season on the road for the first 2 weeks. Then their home opener is slated for September 22nd versus Cincinnati. And, of course, all the excitement because everyone is always thinking football. But it's going to be interesting to see the new-look Browns in prime time 4 times.
Yeah, hopefully they don't disappoint.
Let's hope not.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Coming up, a technology takeover. A group of robots showing their strength with, well, what we'll call the ultimate test next.
Together, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and St. Vincent Hospital are bringing access to primary and specialty care closer to home with the new Eastside Health and Wellness Pavilion. Highmark and AHN. Together for health. Together for you. Visit togetherforerie.com.
Grab your family and experience free parking, fine dining, and live entertainment here at the Bayfront Grill. There are so many refreshing dishes to try on our new spring and summer menus, crafted by our executive chef, Matthew Stallings, and our entire team of chefs, including smoked salmon Benedict, Cajun egg skillet, chicken caprese sandwich, pulled pork and polenta, Thai chicken meatballs, fatouche salad, crispy perch, seafood chorizo linguine, and tenderloin of beef. Stop in and taste for yourself. Located inside the Sheraton Hotel.
Humes just made a special deal with the factory to receive an extra 50 2019 Ram 1500s this month to help celebrate being named Motor Trend's Truck of the Year. Save up to $9,000 and lease this Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn for only $259 a month. Get great deals like these, plus you can always count on our Humes 73-year history of proven quality service, including a complimentary service loaner. We're only 9 miles south, Mill Creek Mall on Peach Street in Waterford.
So in this commercial, we see two travelers at a comfort inn with a glow around them. So people watching will be like, wow, maybe I'll glow too if I book direct at choicehotels.com.
Who glows? Just say bada book, bada boom.
Book now at choicehotels.com.
Just one drop.
Oh!
Gorilla Super Glue Micro Precise.
Of course.
Precise application, controlled dispensing with Gorilla Strength for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Together, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and St. Vincent Hospital are investing in a new comprehensive cancer institute to bring care to Erie all in one place. Highmark and AHN, together for health, together for you. Visit togetherforerie.com.
Now, there's definitely no shortage of things to do in Las Vegas, which is why so many couples get married there. Speaking of marriage, perhaps the most famous wedding chapel in the entire country is in Vegas, and it is for sale. A little white wedding chapel is on the market. It'll cost you a cool $12 million, though. Far cry from the $50,000 the current owner, Charlotte Richards, originally paid in 1951. Nearly 70 years later, Richards says it's time to retire so she can travel the world. Finally on Fox, if we're ever replaced by robots, those robots will probably have been created by Boston Dynamics. This video may explain why. Shows 10 of the company's Spot Mini robots pulling a large truck. Yeah, they look like dogs on a dog sled. Four-legged robots already possess an array of skills, things like opening doors, picking up objects, and climbing stairs. The Spot Mini runs entirely on electric power, up to an hour and a half on a single charge. Boston Dynamics says the Spot Mini will be available for purchase soon. Start saving. They have not figured out what the price is, and it's probably the old, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. Mm-hmm. Tom has a quick final look at the forecast now.
We'll start out with Edinburgh University, and again, you can see the temperature is 56 there, and as we look at Storm Tracker, little line of showers and sprinkles has moved through. Some more are possible behind it, but not much in the way of rain tonight. A lot in the way of mild temperatures. Take a look at tomorrow's forecast. Mix of clouds and sun, windy and warm, although we can't rule out an afternoon shower or rumble of thunder. Much of the time will be dry. High 73 to 77.
Thank you, Tom. If you missed anything, catch up at yourerie.com. We'll see you over on Jet 24. Have a great night and a better tomorrow.